सर नमस्ते।
Hello, am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good morning, all of you. This is again N. Hemanth Kumar from Kakraparti Bhavan Arena College Autonomous Vijayawada. I'm very happy to meet all of you guys through online, and I'm privileged to take the classes of this IGNOU University. And I wish all the best to all the participants who have joined in this PGDAB what you call online class program. So yesterday we have gone through about the fundamentals of agriculture. Now today let us discuss about the paper what do you call the title of the paper for today's class is agriculture management and policies. Agriculture management and policies. So this is what the paper title we have today in our schedule. So again, this particular paper is also contains three different blocks. Block one contains about the introduction to agriculture. Block two is all about agricultural policies, and block three is all about business laws related to the agriculture. So these are the three different segments which we are going to cover in our today's class. So firstly, let me start with the introduction to agribusiness. So, introduction to agribusiness. In this agribusiness, again, we have five different units. So, one is agribusiness and an overview, and the other one is emerging trends in the agriculture. And in the unit three, you are going to see how entrepreneurs are doing their businesses in the agricultural related areas. So, entrepreneurship development in the agribusiness, and moreover farmer producer organizations we are going to see in the unit 4. And in the unit 5, what are the ethics to be followed, especially when we are following agri business, when we are doing agri business. So these are the five different blocks which we are going to cover in this particular introduction to agri business. So So coming to the agribusiness and overview, in this the main objective of this particular introduction to agribusiness is you need to understand what is meant by agribusiness, and next you need to understand the nature and scope of agribusiness, and you have to identify the components of the agribusiness system, and you need to understand the changing dimensions, how agribusiness management in our country is changing. What are the changing dimensions available in the agribusiness management in our country? Uh, you people are going to understand this point also from this particular unit, and also you are going to understand and you are going to witness the linkages between subsystems of the agribusiness system. And finally you are going to understand about agri-business infrastructures in the country. So these are the objectives that we are going to cover in this agri-business overview. So in this particular unit you will we will learn about the definition and scope of agri-business, and we will also understand whatever the points I mentioned you. We will also understand the components, changing dimensions, what are the linkages between subsystems, and even agri-business infrastructures also we are going to understand in this particular unit. So in broad, the term agri-business was first used by John H. Davis in a speech he gave at a conference on business responsibility and market for farm farm products in Boston, USA in 1955. So you have to make a note of it actually. At first, the agribusiness word is being used in the year 1955 at a conference on the business responsibility and the market for farm products. And his even John H. Davis, whatever the word that is being used by this John H. Davis, his focus was on agricultural production, and he refers to agribusiness as the sum total of all operations involved in the production and distribution of farm commodities. relating to the agriculture. From the agriculture, whatever the productions we do or whatever the distributions we do relating to this agriculture, so if you can combine or if you can sum up all these all the total activities involved in this production and distribution, that is what called as agri-business according to John H. Davis. Okay, and moreover, in his book he defined agribusiness as some total of all operations involved in the manufacture and distribution of farm supplies, production operations on the farm, and the storage, processing, and distribution of farm products and items made from them. So agribusiness is a concept of combination of all the operations involved in the manufacture and distribution of farming products or farming supplies, and moreover whatever the storages or processing, distribution of farm commodities, uh, and also the items made from them also falls under this agribusiness. So later on, agriculture became commercialized and moved away from small family firms to large commercial firms. So agribusiness came to be defined as, see, later on after 1955, after this John H. Davis, after the definition of this sum total of all the business, all the production operations, yes, the agriculture became commercialized, and the agricultural activities has been taken by this large commercial firms. So they defined agribusiness as all those business and management activities performed by firms that provide inputs to the farm sector, produce farm products, and or process, transport, finance, handle or market farm products. Okay, so that is what the definition been given by commercial firms. So they defined their own definition on a commercial aspect, but John H. Davis, he defined the total agribusiness concept in a broad basis. Okay, in a broad or whatever the activities that falls under agribusiness, all those things has been covered by John H. Davis, but these large commercial firms, whatever the definition they made or whatever the statements they made, all those things relating to the commercial aspect. So the large business firms has defined agribusiness in such a way. So agribusiness basically involves three different sectors actually. So that is input sector, farm sector, product marketing and service sector. So input sector, it deals with supply of inputs, both consumables and durable products required by the farmers for producing crops. Whatever the things required by farmers for producing crops, raising livestock, and all allied enterprises. Okay. So in this input sector, we can take seeds, fertilizers, plant protection chemicals, machineries, and so on, right? Okay, and moreover comes to the farm sector. This sector undertakes the production of crops, livestock, fisheries and forest products. Coming to the third sector, that is product marketing and the service sector. Okay, so this includes firms or industries that are involved in firms inputs that are involved in processing, storage, manufacture, storage, warehousing, transportation, which means the total distribution aspect falls under this product marketing and service sector. So these are the three areas, or these are the three sectors which falls under agri business. Okay. And coming to the scope of agribusiness, So, agribusiness constitutes or agribusiness combines. Agribusiness is a combination of business activities which ensures the availability of food and fiber products at the desired place in the required form and quantity at the right time come within the purview of agribusiness. Okay, so particularly in India, in India, varied agroclimatic conditions ranging from subtropical to tropical and temperate and farming environments in terms of soil types. See, as you all are witnessing that India is having different kinds of climatic conditions. So basing on the climatic conditions, the agribusiness is going to the agribusiness scope is going to change. So consumer needs and preferences for food commodities are also changing rapidly in India. And moreover, the dynamic agribusiness sector is also continuously striving to meet the current customer preferences and satisfy both the domestic and global markets. And even this has created a growing demand for different types of agricultural inputs, like such as improved seeds, feed and fodder, inorganic fertilizers, biofertilizers, plant protection chemicals. So, see how agribusiness is changing. The scope of agribusiness is has tremendously changed its what you call its volume or its growth in various areas. And even in the agribusiness, we have diversified types of commercial enterprises also available, includes manufacturing and production, financial and technical services, processing, warehousing, transportation, marketing function. Okay, in this agribusiness sector. So these diverse agro-business enterprises offers the scope for employment. Okay, as you all know very well, India is suffering with a very great chronical problem called as unemployment. So if the existence of agri-business is increasing in India day by day, obviously that chronical problem gets reduced and the employment opportunities can be created. Unemployment problem can be resolved in the agri what you call in the country. Even if employment is available in this agri based businesses to the unemployed youth, so that helps them to develop themselves for more and more, as agricultural productions is available 24 by 7 365 days in a year. So that is the possibility of that's the possibility of agribusiness scope is there in our country. And even agribusiness establishments also helping to strengthen infrastructural facilities, expand credit supply, enhance opportunities for raw material suppliers. Okay, even see, if if agricultural business is growing like anything, it is going to provide opportunities to many ways. It is going to offer opportunities into many segments. See, it is solving an employment problem. It is offering it is offering orders to the supplies, and even expanding credit supplies also, enhancing opportunities for raw material suppliers, and moreover promoting the adoption of modern technology. See how agro-business scope is doing at its best in offering great business culture in the country. And moreover impetus is provided by agri-business enterprises for overall economic development. Okay, so our economy is also getting some amount of share from this agri-business also. And even agri-business also generates more employment opportunities, and it adds value to the products, and thereby increase the net profits of the producers and sellers. So in fact what you call the scope of agri-business is very widen in our country like India. And coming to the nature of agri-business, see, if you want to observe the nature of agri-business, see, every business may not be the same, and every business conditions may not be the same in every time, right? every time and all the time. The business change, business conditions are getting changed, and even the business conditions also varies from business to business. See, in the agri business, the conditions might be different. In the commercial business, the what you call the conditions might be different, and in the electronic business, the conditions might be different, and in the software businesses, even the conditions might be different. So the management of the business varies from business to business and farmer to farmer, depending on the kind and type of business what they have selected. So basically, the agri-business conditions are getting changed from business to business, or from farmer to farmer, just because of brokers or wholesalers or processors, packagers, manufacturers, even warehousers and cold storages, proprietors, transporters, retailers. Okay, from with the effect of all these people, the business gets changed from farmer to farmer, or product to product, or what you call business to business. And even agribusiness is very large and complex, and has involved to handle various products through various marketing channels from producer to consumers. And particularly, uh, what is that? Agribusiness is very large variation in the size of in the size of agribusiness. Some are very large, while many others are one person or one family organization. Okay, so you see, as I already mentioned you just now, the businesses changes from farmer to farmer, business to business. Some organizations are very big organizations. Some organizations are doing very good and great agribusiness conditions, but some organizations are having only one proprietor, or sometimes it also become a family organization. So, and even agribusiness is also a market oriented. So agribusiness enterprises are often vertically integrated, as with other types of businesses. Some degree of horizontal integration and what do you call conglomerations can also be seen in this agribusiness sector. So, see, there is a direct impact of government programs also on the production and performance of agribusiness enterprises. So that is what the nature of agribusiness sector. So if we now let us find out the components of agribusiness system. So agribusiness in the coming to the components of agribusiness system. See, the agribusiness system can be said to comprise with six different subsystems. Okay, six different subsystems. First one, government policies and programs. Basing on the government policies, see, every time you may also understand, even in the next month, I think in our country we will have elections. Okay, already election code in some states in the month of April last week they have elections. So in South India, we have in Andhra Pradesh, we have elections in the month of May second week. So every time, why I'm mentioning these elections dates and election months, because see, for every 5 years the government is getting changing. Whenever a new government has came into power, whenever a new government formed, yes, of course, obviously their policies and programs relating to the agri businesses or agricultures also get changed. So that particular changes have an impact on the agri business. And even research and extension programs of the government also became one of the components of agri businesses. And even farm inputs and farm input suppliers of or input sector, agricultural production sector, processing sector, marketing sector, all these are the six different components which is helping out to have better agri business conditions in the country. So these subsystems, these six subsystems has become one of the prominent points in the growth and development of agribusiness system in our country. And now let us find out the linkages among subsystems of agribusiness system. So see, even here I want to mention one thing. Every time customer needs and desires or their demands are also changing, and even a variety of agricultural and food products and fiber daily. So customers demand and buy these commodities and products at convenient places. So one can imagine the work and effort involved in ensuring the availability of these commodities and products to geographically dispersed heterogeneous consumers. So, besides availability, it is also important to ensure efficiency. Okay, that is very important. To ensure efficiency in the whole processing and distribution system. Today, more than nearly even before, every sector of the economy is affected by agriculture. So, without agriculture, that's why I think Indian economy is an agriculturistic economy. So now even today, every sector is being influenced and affected by agriculture. So the agribusiness sector in today's economic environment combines diverse commercial enterprises, so using a heterogeneous combination of labor, material, capital, and technology. So agribusiness thus includes the agricultural input businesses, firm production businesses, processing and distribution, and marketing sectors. So, if you can see the linkages between the different linkages here, see farm suppliers, okay, farm suppliers, farming, processing. For supply for supermarkets, malls, restaurants, institutions. See, there should be linkage. Those who are involved or those who are attached to the agriculture or agricultural oriented products, they have to have a linkage so that their businesses can run, their businesses can observe extraordinary changes. So now let us find out the changing dimensions of agribusiness. How the agribusinesses has changed, how the agribusiness dimensions are changing. See, even what you call with the immediate effect of industrial revolution between 1950 and 1955. See the change, the agribusiness, the agricultural aspects also has become commercialized. So commercialization of agriculture, socio-economic change, and liberalization of trade policies in the country have necessitated the change in the functioning of agribusiness system. So the issues that are required to be addressed for efficient working of the agribusiness system, therefore, relate to the current and potential changes in the functioning of agricultural system. So whatever the thing is needed is improvement in the what is needed here is actually improvement in the existing marketing system that reduces cost by saving the losses in the marketing chain, increasing the competition, thereby reducing undue profits of some intermediaries. Okay, I think these are the better measures I think the agri-businesses have to implement, and creating additional employment opportunities in the agricultural marketing system. So I think all these measures or all these inputs are going to help farmers, consumers, as well as unemployed youth. Okay, so now see, organized food retailing and value chain management has came forward in this agri business. Whatever the products are processed, or whatever the products are produced in the agricultural system, all those things are available in the value chain retail outlets. Value chain retail outlets, organized food retailing and value chain management is one of the changing dimensions of agri-business. So, organized retail segment has been expanded in our country. So, with that immediate effect, entry of global agri-business firms also been available in the country from various countries. Also, the agri-business firms are also entering into a country like India, and initiatives and measures against possible negative impact of modern retailing and organized supply chain. Okay, this is also one of the welcoming aspect. And the other dimension is contract farming. Contract farming is nothing but see, the agri systems in India is the emergence of contract farming. Actually, the concept of contract farming has been started in this agri business at first. Agribusiness at first. So the organized sector is using the contract farming model for sourcing its requirements for retailing, processing, or export purposes. So, however, despite several advantages of contract farming, the coverage continues to be limited in India. As per the statement of the Union Minister of State for Rural Development at the Parliament on September 3rd, 2007, what is the statement he has given on September 3rd, 2007? The total area under contract farming was 4.26 lakh hectares, most of which was in three states of Tamil Nadu, Punjab, and moreover, what is that, Orissa. So these three states these three states constitutes contract farming land area. So in the recent times, some other states like Haryana, Karnataka have also witnessed contract farming agreements. Some of the major companies and organizations that are involved in contract farming are Hindustan Unilever Limited, okay, the VIP, and moreover Vimco, Pepsi, Food Pro, National Dairy Development Board, and moreover Maxworth Orchids, Cadbury India, and moreover Built, ITC, JK Papers, AV Thomas, Reliance Agrotech, Godrej Agro, United Breweries, DCM, Sriram, Marketfield, all these companies, Larsen and Turbo, and Escorts. Contract farming has been traditionally a common practice for the paper industry, matchstick manufacturers. So now contract farming has come up to seed production, paddy, vegetables, moreover fruits. For fruits also it is available. Fruits like what you call tomatoes, or vegetables and fruits like potatoes and tomatoes, all these things. The advantage of contract farming ranges from lower transaction costs for the contracting company to reduced marketing risks for the product farmers. So contract farming also have come into limelight with the help of this agribusiness. Functioning of markets also has changed in the with the entry of this agribusiness. So regulated, organized, formalized markets are expected to facilitate the efficient functioning of the agribusiness system in the country. So, despite several forms of government intervention and market development programs, the marketing system for farm products has continued to suffer from several weaknesses. Okay, so it is only during the past 5 years, in the second phase of liberalization, the agricultural marketing reforms also were initiated to create a favorable environment for the growth of agri-business in the country. So, and even agro processing also been available in India. See, it is an undergoing rapid transformation actually, and moreover, sizing macroeconomic fundamentals and the changing socio-economical scene are driving what was once a traditional, some small scale processed food products system into a modern industry. So agro processing industry in India is being recognized as a sunrise industry with a vision to make India the food basket of the world. So that is also one of the invited changing dimensions in the what you call changing dimensions in the agri business segment. So those are some of the dimensions what we can observe in this agribusiness scenario. And moreover, what are the agribusiness infrastructures available in the country? What are the various agri-business infrastructures available in our country? See, the number of primary production units, that is operational holdings in India, and moreover are marginal with less than 1 hectare of operational holding size. One second, yeah. Yeah, agro industries include both organized and unorganized sector units. So there are nearly 17 million units in the unorganized sector, out of which 17 million, 13.91 millions are agro based. That's a very good statistical data. And out of 13.91 million agro industrial units in the unorganized sector, 12.32 million are own account manufacturing establishments. Oh, our India is developing, our India is growing like anything. So, 1.2 million are non-directory manufacturing establishments and 0.39 million are directory manufacturing establishments. Okay, and there are 5.11 million food processing units. See, why I'm mentioning this statistical data here is you need to understand what kind of infrastructural facilities are available in a country like India, particularly especially relating to this agribusiness area. And the units in the organized sector are few in number but account for the bulk of the total gross value added. There are nearly 35,000 modern rice mills, 20,000 pulse mills, 5198 fruit and vegetable processing units, and 400 fish processing units. So there are nearly 426 sugar mills and 3,619 growing and preserving units. Most of the food processing units are in the unorganized sector, and the Indian food market continues to be dominated by the fresh food segment. So, according to one estimate, the Indian food market comprises 10% processed segment, 15% semi-processed segment, and 75% fresh food segment. And India is in the first rank in in offering fresh food segment. So processing is reported to be the around 2% in fruits and vegetables. So even not only we are doing our best in offering what you call great infrastructural things in this agri business. The overall value addition in food products, which is currently nearly 8%, is likely to increase to 35% by 2025. So that is one of the those are the things, those are the infrastructures, those are the number of institutions, those are the number of organized and unorganized units available in our country, especially in the what you call in this agri business sector. And now let us talk about emerging trends in the agri-business sector. So in this particular topic, we are going to cover the development and growth of agri-business sector. We are going to see the scope and benefits of diversifications in agriculture. And we are also going to state the changes in the agricultural support measures such as credit, investment prices, subsidies, and market reforms. And we are going to highlight the emerging trends and issues relating to trade, gender equality, sustainability, information communication technology in agriculture, and agribusiness. So, Indian agriculture has made spectacular progress since independence. See, I think yesterday we have gone through what are the what you call how the agriculture has been evolved after independence. I have given you complete details about the agricultural scenarios in before independence and after independence. So when you compare the scenarios in these two different phases, after independence phase is very good. It is very prominent, and it has been observed a great tremendous change, and that's why India has become an agriculturistic economy. So so that's why after independence, Indian agricultural system has made spectacular progress actually. So more than nearly a billion people are being provided food by agriculture and allied sectors, besides raw materials to thousands of agro-based industries. So agriculture and allied sectors contributes nearly 18% of the country's gross value added and 12% of exports. So a traditional farmer normally grows sufficient food to meet his family requirements and sells extra products produced in the market to earn income to support his family. So the farmers are now resorting to commercial agriculture, in which they are using modern inputs to have higher production and profitability. The farmers are diversifying crops and enterprises to generate more income by optimizing resources use and realizing better market prices. So how let us find out how the agricultural sector is growing. See, in the segment of livestock sector, it is just increasing. I'm going to mention you the contributions of livestock sector in the agriculture sector is about 25%, and the contribution is expected to increase further due to market oriented prices and trade liberalization. So India is the largest producer of milk in the world, and milk production reached nearly 198.4 million tons in the year 2019 and 2020. So this gives us a clear picture about how livestock is growing in our country. And even the horticulture sector is also growing. So the horticulture sector is contributing to improve the income of the farmers through increased productivity, and even if they are also generating employment opportunities and enhancing exports to other countries. So the horticulture sector has moved from rural confines to commercial ventures. So before I mentioned you, every system in the agriculture has become commercialized. So the contribution of horticulture output has been reached nearly 33% of the total agricultural output. And even food grain production also increasing. See, I'm going to give you the statistical data also how food grain production is increasing in our country. So food grain production in India has increased from nearly 550.82 million tons in 1950 and 51 to 303.34 million tons in 2019 and 2020. Almost all, almost all the food grain production has been doubled. So the worst drought of 2002 and 3 pulled down the country's food grains production to 174.19 million tons. So however, Indian agriculture has made a smart recovery with a production of 264.77 million tons in 2013 and 14. So this statistical data gives you clarity about how food grain productions are increasing in our country. That is what the growing or growth of Indian agricultural sector. So now let us find out modern Indian agriculture. Modern Indian agriculture also developed with the advancement of science and technology and its practical application in the fields of agriculture. So now The farmers are using new techniques of agricultural production by replacing the traditional practices. Yes, here farmers also getting commercialized, and farmers also adopting the new traditions, or I mean adopting the new changes in the agricultural sector. So they are also replacing the traditional practices to what you call harness a high level of productivity. So consequently, agricultural production has increased substantially. So such achievements in is maintaining the pace of agricultural production with a growing population of what you call farmers, and cattle are mainly contributed. Okay, in the modern agriculture, cattle is contributing its contribution is mainly because due to development of ideal plant type varieties, development of improved crop production technologies, intensive cropping, even dieland agriculture, use of problematic and wastelands in agriculture, maintenance of soil health. All these facts or all these factors is helping out in bringing the agricultural system in a most sustainable development. So, and now let us find out how agriculture is diversifying. So diversification has been conventionally advocated as a useful strategy to reduce the efforts of unpredictable variations in farming and tackle the concerns for food security and the degradation of natural resources. So the diversifications in yes, the diversification is required actually to meet some short-term objectives. The short-term objectives are increasing the income of farmers, especially small farmers. Okay, not the large farmers. The especially the people who holds a limited amount of land, they have to, their income have to be increased, and moreover generating full employment opportunities to the using farm resources, and moreover stabilization of farmers income across the different seasons. So to meet these short term objectives, diversifications are very much required, and even for meeting long term objectives also diversifications are needed here. See, the conservation of natural resources, restoration of the natural capital of the firm, reduction of dependence on costly inputs, increased resource use efficiency, increased resilience of agricultural production system, and reduced environmental impact, and the evolution of more benign systems of food production that can provide needed food and fiber without compromising the long-term sustainability of the agro ecosystem. So for meeting these short-term and long-term objectives, diversifications are needed. So the scope of diversification is, see, suitability of agroclimatic conditions. Okay, the how the agricultural dimensions are changing, the changing agricultural diversifications, the scope for diversifications in Indian agriculture is checking about the suitability of agroclimatic conditions, availability of appropriate technology. Okay, so even there are some avenues for diversification also. So diversifications with pulses and oil seeds, diversifications with fodder crops, diversifications with horticulture crops, and next diversifications with medicinal and aromatic plants. Okay, all these basing on all these things, of course these are all the avenues of diversification. In these areas, diversifications are welcomed in this agro business system. So now yeah, what kind of linkages that agriculture and industry happens, basing I mean what are the linkages happens in between agriculture and industry? See, during the process of economic development after independence, interdependence between agriculture and industry has become stronger. So over the period to period, three important linkages have developed between the agricultural sector and industrial sector. Okay, so the production linkages are helping out to have a linkage between agricultural and industry. So whatever the products that are coming from agriculture, those will be converted into byproducts from the industry. So for this purpose, production linkages has been developed, demand linkages, savings and investment linkages. So that is those are the three different types of diversifications where we can see. So in the food processing sector, what are the emerging trends that are available? See, institutional finance in agriculture. Okay, agricultural sector, for agricultural sector, what are the supportive measures available? See, institutional finance to the agriculture, see, non-institutional sources and institutional sources are available. So if you can see the data, if you can see the particulars, or if you can see the flow of institutional credit to the agricultural sector, see, every year the what you call, even you can also browse it on your internet. You can also see the statistical data about the flow of institutional credit in the agricultural sector. So every year by year, period to period, it has been increasing tremendously. And even the impact of cooperative credit societies are also offering a very good amount of financial backup to these rural industries or agri business industries. And even commercial banks are also doing at its best in providing financial backup to these agri business or agricultural sectors. So, and even RRB stands for Regional Rural Banks. Regional Rural Banks were set up in our country in the year 1975 as a supplement the efforts of commercial banks and cooperatives, and extending credit to weaker sections of the rural community, small and marginal farmers, landless laborers, artisans, and other rural residents of the small means. So for them, they are offering financial backup, and they are doing their agricultural farmings, and even microfinance also has came into limelight regarding to this agriculture. So agricultural marketing reforms, see, small farmers agricultural consortium, SFAC, it is called as SFAC. See, in the agricultural sector, the marketing reforms has been catalyzed by the small farmers agribusiness consortium. So this consortium has been introduced in the year 1994 to facilitate agri-business ventures by catalyzing private investments through venture capital assistance scheme. So the objectives of this small farmers agri-business consortium is promotion of development of small agri-business through VCA schemes, implement national agricultural market electronic trading platform, improve availability of working capital and development of business activities. Like all these, for all these things, SFAC has been introduced, and even national agricultural market also has came into limelight, that we are calling it as ENAM. Okay, now it is available. Now it is available, and even you can observe this in any agricultural ministry oriented websites. So the national agricultural market is a trained is a pan Indian electronic trading portal that networks the existing mandis to create a unified national market for agricultural commodities. So starting in the year 2016, ENAM allows farmers to sell their produce at a suitable marketplace throughout the country. So through ENAM, anyone can purchase the products. Only the farmers can sell their products through this ENAM application. And even farmer producer organization, FPO, farmer producer organization also is available, and some agricultural subsidies are also available. See, in the year 2016 and 2017, uh, in our India, the fertilizer subsidy, it is in rupees, in crores actually. So 70,100 crores is being offered as a subsidy in the year 2016 and 2017. Okay, and in the year 2018 and 2019, it is almost 73,435 crores has been offered to these weaker sections or the rural communities. So as a fertilizer subsidy. Okay, and even for food subsidy also they are offering. So government are doing at its best in strengthening the agriculture and agribusiness sectors. So agricultural price support also available to these farmers. Yes, farmers are every time farmers are exploited. Even before independence, farmer is the only person who got exploited from the Britishers. And after independence, even the normal customer is trying to exploit the customers, and even some middlemen are also getting uh, involved to deviate or exploit these farmers. So agricultural price or support also been offered to these small farmers. See, now let us find out let us understand gender inequality and trade. Uh, Despite constituting 70 to 80% of the workforce in agriculture, women in many developing and least developed countries have very little control over land, credit inputs, extension services, and infrastructures. So these inequalities greatly reduce productivity and further. So the government took many reforms, and they have implemented many measures to avoid gender inequality in the agricultural sector. So and for doing trade also, see, there is a multifaceted relationship between gender inequality and trade patterns. So gender employment and employment conditions may have an association with export orientation. So labor is not considered a part of economic activity in a developing economy. As long as the unpaid household labor, mostly women, are available, so the cost of production also remains partly invisible. So from a market focused analysis, one may consider a particular enterprise as efficient, but the role and work of women may not have been properly reflected in trade. So this particular inclusion of such roles and work of women or in full labor accounting and time use will change the economic equation. So gender inequalities, gender sensitive trade policies and action plans should essentially focus on promotion of gender awareness in trade issues. See, why India is in a developing phase actually at present. See, when I am in my 8th or ninth class, I used to learn in India as a developing country. And even my child is also studying like India is a developing nation. So when India will become a developed nation, if we can avoid the gender inequality in the trade, if we can avoid or if we can reduce the gender inequality situations in the agriculture or in any sector, not only in the agriculture or in any sector, if we can give equal priority to the women as well men, So there should be no discrimination, or there should be no what you call up and down relationship between men and women. Then India will become the developed nation. So I think let's hope for the best, that India will become developed nation into many years. So now sustainability and trade. So how information flow, and in what are the kind of information needs are there in the agricultural sector. So with the knowledge driven economic gaining significance, information as an input in agriculture to become critical. So inadequate extension coverage, that is also the following generic constraints leading to information flow inadequacy in terms of regions and target groups, especially the resource poor farmers and farm women. What are the constraints that they have? See, they don't have any inadequate extension coverage, and they have less interactive, time consuming, multi-step communicational channel, and use of traditional extension methods becoming expensive. So for this reason, information flow has not been seen in the rural community, or in the rural areas, or in the agricultural sector. So now let us understand how information and communication technology plays its role in the development of agricultural sector. So the world is witnessing an informational revolution. In India, to bridge the agricultural knowledge gap between client needs and various stakeholders, information and communicational technologies are emerging as appropriate tools. So the ICTs have proved to be effective and efficient tools to support agricultural extension. So more subject matter coverage, decision support, direct access to information, minimization of time and distance barriers, empower rural intermediary organizations. Okay, so this is how information technology is offering better services to the agricultural sector. Now let us talk about the entrepreneurship developments in the agricultural sector. So in this entrepreneurship development concept, we are going to understand the concept of entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, and we are going to see the essential qualities of an entrepreneur, and even we are going to differentiate between different types of entrepreneurs, and we are going to state the various entrepreneurial opportunities in agriculture. This is very important actually, and even we are going to discuss the meaning, importance and components of the business plan, and the steps involved in setting up an enterprise. So see, firstly, let me explain you the scenario of Indian population. See, more than nearly 60% of the population in our country, directly or indirectly, depends on agriculture for their livelihood. So here an important characteristic of farming in India is that the majority of farmers still use traditional farming practices. Yes, this is a fact actually. The element of entrepreneurship in agriculture can play a vital role in improving livelihood security and alleviating poverty. So this particular unit will help you out to understand the meaning and importance of entrepreneurship in agriculture. So entrepreneurs are the people who should have a clear idea about the business opportunities, potential customers and market, consumers and their needs and wants, availability of raw materials, finance and human resources. So Now let me tell you about who is an entrepreneur, and after that I'll give you I will define what is meant by entrepreneurship. So an entrepreneur is a person in effective control of a commercial undertaking, or one who undertakes a business or an enterprise. So an entrepreneur is a innovative person who maximizes his profits by following new strategies or venturing into new products or services. So a good entrepreneur is one who inspires confidence in people and motivates them. Number of characteristics are available to the entrepreneur. So entrepreneur perform one or more activities like perceive and identify opportunities for profitable investments, and entrepreneurs are going to explore the prospects of starting a manufacturing enterprise. Entrepreneurs have to obtain necessary industrial licenses, and even entrepreneurs also have to arrange initial capital, and they have to provide personal guarantees to the financial institutions, and even the entrepreneurs have to promote to meet the shortfalls or in the capital, and the entrepreneurs should supply technical knowledge also. So now in the agricultural region, let us classify different entrepreneurs. So one is basing on expertise, we have technical entrepreneurs, non-technical entrepreneurs, professional entrepreneurs. So technical entrepreneurs are the people who develop the improved quality of goods because of improved quality of goods because of craftsmanship. Non-technical entrepreneurs, so these are not concerned with the technical aspects actually, that is produced. Okay, see, their focus is more on marketing and distributional strategies, less on production. And professional entrepreneurs, their focus is on establishing a business rather than managing or operating it. So these are professional entrepreneurs. So when you see the next if you see the next classification of entrepreneur based on motivational levels, so one is pure entrepreneurs. See, pure entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who are motivated by psychological and economical rewards. And the next one, induced entrepreneurs. See, these entrepreneurs are attracted to undertake entrepreneurial activity by incentives provided by the government. Okay. And third one, motivated entrepreneurs. So motivated entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who are motivated by personal factors, especially by a desire to reduce self-fulfillment, realize self-fulfillment, and the spontaneous entrepreneurs. So these are the entrepreneurs who will undertake entrepreneurial activity because of the natural talent they possess for doing business. And the next one, entrepreneurs based on the type of business. We have business entrepreneurs, trading entrepreneurs, industrial entrepreneurs, corporate entrepreneurs, agricultural entrepreneurs. Now, if you can see the entrepreneurial skills which are needed to become an entrepreneur is, see, the first one, positivism or optimism. Be optimistic every time, be positive every time, then you will become a good entrepreneur. And you should be more creative and innovative, and you should have strong desire to achieve anything. And you should maintain consistency in your emotional things and even in your decisional areas, and you have to accept the risk, and you have to you should ready you should make yourself ready to take to face any kind of risks, and you should work with all the available opportunities. Then you will become an entrepreneur. And even entrepreneur always seeks more information, either technical or non-technical, whatever the relevant information needed by an entrepreneur, he should seek it and he should get it at any cost. And even taking the feedback, using feedback also very important. Managerial skills also needed in the entrepreneurial segment. Especially when it comes to the agricultural perspective, there are number of entrepreneurial opportunities available in the agricultural sector. So among those, first one, diversification. Diversification means what do you call? raising more than one crop or enterprise on a firm on a farm. So diversification in agriculture is a very good important entrepreneurial opportunity. And even organic farming is also one of the entrepreneurial opportunity in the agriculture. Venture technologies, food preservation, processing and packaging, production of agro inputs, and moreover floriculture. Yes, floriculture is also very lucrative sector in our country like India. So the tropical and subtropical climatic conditions prevalent in India permit the cultivation of variety of floriculture products. So India's current share in the world trade of floriculture is very low actually. So there is a large market, huge market to be tapped, considering the rising demand of the fresh flowers. So those are some of the entrepreneurial opportunities available in the agriculture. And moreover, what kind of mindset is required for entrepreneurship development? See, if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to set up your own enterprise in the agricultural segment, you need to have a strategy to bring desirable changes in the mindset through training and to know what you are. Okay, you need to understand what you are. You have to understand what you are, and you should understand what is your destination also, right? Where you are in, and from where to where you have to be in. So you need to fill the gap in between from where you are and to where you want to go. So you need to fill the gap in between these two points. And moreover, you need to believe that you are the master of your own destiny. Okay, you need to believe that you are the only master of your destiny. Okay, so that kind of mindset is needed. And you have to develop a self positive image. Develop a positive image every time. You should what you call identify who am I, what am I. Okay, you need to what you call ask yourself. You need to ask yourself, and then you will understand what is your image, right? So I wish I were, I try to project, or I used to be, I think I am. Okay, so always be what you call, always be self idle. And what should I be and what could I become? You need to understand, you need to have a clarity about all these areas, and you need to develop your mindset. You need to develop this kind of right mindset to become an entrepreneur. So those are the qualities and the classifications relating to this entrepreneurship development. So the process of starting a business ventures is embodied in the entrepreneurship developmental process. So the entrepreneurship developmental process has been classified into four different phases actually. So first one is identification and evaluation of the opportunity, develop a business plan, determine the resources required, implementation and management of the enterprises. So these are the processes. This is the process of this is the process that we can classify in the entrepreneurship development. And moreover, types of entrepreneurs, see, and even you can call it as types of organizations also. So types of entrepreneurs, first one is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship, see, this business is being owned and controlled and managed by a single person. The whole and sole responsibility of this business is by a sole trader, sole proprietor. The decision maker is sole proprietor, and he will enjoy the profits and he has to bear the losses also. So this is also one of the this is one of the type of entrepreneurship. And the second one is partnership. So partnership is nothing but it is an association of minimum of two and a maximum of seven people who can who co-own a business for the purpose of making a profit. um, Now let us find out corporate entrepreneurship. What is corporate entrepreneurship? Here it is the process of encouraging innovation within existing companies through motivated employees who are supported by company resources. Okay, so it is a process used to develop new business products, services, or processes on any existing organization to generate revenue growth. So corporate entrepreneurship also may be classified into five different types. So corporate entrepreneurship consists of administrative entrepreneurship, opportunistic entrepreneurship, acquisitive entrepreneurship, initiative entrepreneurship, incubative entrepreneurship. So now let us understand what are the components involved in preparation of business plan. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, you need to have a proper business idea. So when you have a business idea, or if you want to convert your idea into implementation, you need to prepare your business plan. So the components involved in the business plan is one is executive summary. You need to give details about the introduction about your project, and what kind of plan that you have, and even you have to explain the scope and vision of your business enterprise in your business plan, what kind of product and service that you are going to offer to the consumers, and what kind of market profile that you are going to have, and what kind of production processes do you follow, and what is the information about the finance. All these things should be involved in this executive summary. And moreover, you need to mention about your vision and mission, and you need to give clarity about what kind of products you are going to produce, or what kind of services you are going to offer from the business enterprises. Okay, and moreover, you need to give market and competitive analysis. So market analysis is undertaken to assess market demand, what kind of market do you have, and who are the competitors, and how you are going to face that competition. You need to mention all these things in your business plan, and you have to mention about marketing strategies, production and operations, and what is the financial plan of your business idea, and you need to mention about the organization and its hierarchy and management. So you need to mention all these parameters in your business plan. So now let us find out what are the steps involved in setting up an enterprise. If you want to set up an enterprise, what are the steps to be followed? See, firstly, you need to select a project, and after that, you need to have proper technology and machinery, and you have to arrange a proper amount of finances required for your business, and you need to develop a unit, and moreover, you need to what you call filing of entrepreneurs memorandum, filling entrepreneurs memorandum, and approvals, getting clearances from the approvals and clearances from the local authorities, and quality certification. So these are the points which helps you out to set up a business unit. So that's all about entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship development. Now, let me explain you about farmer producer organizations. So, what are the farmer producer organizations that we have here in this? See, in short, we call it as FPOs, farmer producer organizations. So, firstly, you need to understand about the meaning of farmer producer organization, and you are going to describe about various concepts relating to FPOs and process of formation of FPOs. And you have to discuss about the structure of FPOs and need for FPOs, and how what are the schemes available for promoting of FPOs, and progress of FPOs. So as you all know very well, agriculture is playing a vital role in the India. So for assisting agriculture, and farmers, FPOs has came into limelight. FPO stands for Farmer Producer Organization. So it is a phenomenon of collectivization of farmers to improve their bargaining power to across financial and non-financial inputs and services and technologies, reduce transaction costs, tap high value markets, and enter into partnerships with private and public enterprises on more equitable terms. Now, let me give you clarity about the differences between farmer producer organizations and cooperatives. Sir, we have cooperatives in our village. So why should we go for farmer producer organizations? What is the difference between these two? How they are working and how their registrations goes on? Let me tell you. See, coming to the registration point of view, cooperative firms will be registered under Cooperative Societies Act, but whereas FPOs, farmers producer organizations, is going to registered under Indian Companies Act. So the objective of cooperatives are a single object, but the producer companies object is farmer producer organizations object is multiple objectives, and moreover the area of operations is completely restricted as far as cooperative firms point of view, but production organizations, farmer production organizations area of operations are is been extended to the entire Union of India. So the kind of membership what the cooperatives possess is individuals and cooperatives, but in the product producer organizations, farmer producer organizations, any individual group associations, producers of the goods and services. So these three differentiations can be observed. Yeah, now let me explain you about role of central government institutions in supporting FPOs, farmer producing organizations. So Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India will act as the nodal agency for the development and growth of these FPOs. Okay. So to assist the small farmers, agribusiness consortiums, a society under SFAC will be the designated agency of DAC to act as a single window for technical support, training needs, research and knowledge management, and to create linkages to investments, knowledge and technology and markets. So in order to support FPOs, we have National Cooperation Development Corporation, NCDC, will be expanded to include FPOs in the list of eligible institutions, and even NAFED will take steps to include FPOs in the list of eligible institutions, so which acts on its behalf to undertake price support purchase operations. DACs also will work with the Food Corporation of India and state government to encourage them to include FPOs as procurement agencies. So now let me tell you about role of state government in supporting FPOs. So declaring FPOs at par with cooperatives registered under the relevant state legislation, and self-help groups, federations for all benefits and facilities that are extended to member-owned organizations from time to time, and even making provisions for easy issue of license. Okay, state government is providing licenses to the FPOs on an easy basis. using FPO as producers of certified seed, certified seed saplings and other planting material, and extending production and marketing subsidies on par with cooperatives. And moreover, appointing FPOs as procurement agents for MSP operations for focused crops, and moreover promulgating state level policies to support and strengthen FPOs to make them vibrant, sustainable, and self-governing bodies. The process of promotion and development of FPOs is the first one, cluster identification is required, and after that diagnostic study is needed. Feasibility study is also important. Baseline assessment is needed, and moreover business planning is required. Mobilization of farmers, optimization and formalizing, resource mobilization, system development, business operations, assessment and audit. This is about the process of promotion and development of FPOs. So if you can have a structure, how FPOs structures are designed here is, see, structure of FPOs. The structure of FPOs is a farmers produce organization. The next one, general body, and moreover executive body, moreover board of directors, chief executive officers, FPO staff, other local resource persons. So this is about the structure of FPOs. So what is the need of having these farmer producing organizations, farmer producer organizations? See, the first one, economies of scale. Second one is capacity building and improved access to extension services. Next one, some better market linkages and information. Next one, better income through value addition and aggregation. And next one, before access to credit facilities, better access to credit facilities, mitigate risk, improving bargaining powers, build social capital, increased food and nutritional security. For all these purposes, these FPOs are needed. So now schemes for promotion of FPOs. What are the schemes available for what are the schemes available for FPOs? Now let me tell you. See, from the government of India, there are number of FPO schemes. From RBI also, there are number of schemes are available. From NABARD, there are number of schemes. From SFACs also, there are number of schemes. And imperial control imperial control of agricultural research, ICAR institution also have a certain amount of schemes to support the various schemes for to support the FPOs. Okay. So these are from government of India. There are number of agricultural marketing infrastructures are available, and moreover, operative greens creation of backward and forward linkages schemes are available, and from Reserve Bank of India, cash credit term loans for FPOs for business subsidies. These kind of schemes are available. From SFEs, ACs, equity grant funds, credit guaranteed fund schemes, venture capital assistances, and from ICAR, like what I said, imperial um, from ICAR, technical support to FPOs through KVIs. So all these schemes are available for supporting the schemes of FPOs. Now let me tell you about the business ethics to be followed, especially in the area of agriculture. So in this particular business ethics point, we are going to see the concept, nature, scope, importance, and need of business ethics, and we are going to identify what are the ethics needed in various business functional areas, and how we are going to. I'm going to explain you about the measures to solve out ethical problems, and let us try to describe the corporate social responsibility and even the principles of corporate grievances. So, business ethics, corporate social responsibility, and corporate governance have become the topics of interest in present times, so worldwide. So, in the recent years, shocking stories of corporate misconduct and wrongdoings have brought these topics into the forefront and its limelight. So these topics have attacked the attention of authors, researchers, officials, practitioners, and other stakeholders. So that's the reason why business ethics have came into limelight, corporate social responsibility have came into limelight. See, in the recent times, I'll tell you one business misconduct, that is in the year 2009, 2007 to 2009. Satyam IT. Okay, Satyam Computers, what we call it as Satyam Computers, based at Hyderabad. So that is one of the best examples for misconduct of business. And even JP Builders, also one of the misconduct of one of the misconduct of a business. So these very good business giants have fade out from the market just because they have not followed any kind of business ethics. So here business ethics means, see, if you want to see the background of business ethics, so the term business ethics came into common use in the United States in the early 1970s. So the Society for Business Ethics was also started in 1980 actually. So firms started highlighting their ethics stature in the late 1980s and early 1990s, and between in the sense between 1985 to 1990, the using of business ethics, the what you call application of business ethics have started. So business ethics focuses on the morals, rules, and principles followed by a business enterprise. See, every business enterprise, whatever the kind of business it is, whatever the kind of nature that the business carries, and whatever the kind of scope that the business is having, irrespective of its size, nature, quality, and quantity, or its scope, every business should have business ethics. So ethics are nothing but morals, values, principles. Okay, whatever the goodness that the businesses are following, those falls under business ethics. So business ethics also include corporate ethics, are nothing but a form of applied ethics or professional ethics. So they cover the entire range of ethical principles, morals, conducts, and also ethical situations and problems. So, what is the need of business ethics? Why do we have business ethics in the agri-business area? So, firstly, ethical behavior is usually associated with positive consequences, and ethical behavior empowers all the parties involved in business transactions. And also, it has been seen that managers who treat other people fairly earn employees trust, and and this makes them more willing to support the organization. So, and even the government and its laws may not be able to resolve emerging problems, but ethics can do. Okay, and even ethical behaviors in is intrinsically valuable also. So those who behave unwantedly in their dealings with others, and who are concerned with the welfare of the organization and society, are rewarded with peace of mind that carries as that carries no price tag. So finally, ethics is very important. So ethics in the marketing is also very important. Do not ever try to misguide the customer or manipulate the customer, or don't try to create any unwanted atmospheres in the markets. And moreover, ethics in the finances also, of course. Giving bribery is also what you call an unethical issue, and kickbacks is also an unethical issue, or hiling, under invoicing, tax payments. All these things have to be done ethically. So if you follow anything wrong or by using any one of these, that may fall under unethical practices. So preparing all the financial statements in an ethical way is very important. So showing all the what you call expenses and losses, and even the incomes and gains on your balance sheet is also very important. That should be done on a fair basis with all proofs and with all proper cross checking process or a best auditing practice. So if you do that, you are implementing practices, you are implementing best ethical practices in relating to the finance. And moreover, ethics in production and IT. Ethics in production and IT, see, especially when you are producing anything, do follow, please do not follow any kind of unethical practices in production. So don't use any inqualitative material when you are doing production, so that may fall under unethical practice. So in particularly in the agricultural areas, see, all the most of the products are perishable in nature. So when the goods are in perishable nature, you need not maintain, store and manage all those goods for a longer period of time. So if you that means you are using the same kind of perished products in the production of some product. So when you are doing that, you are into unethical practice. Don't do that. Don't go for following any unethical practices. And even managing your human resources is also very important. Of course, human resources are the backbone of every organization. So following ethics, having ethics in the resource management practice is very, very, very much needed. So don't try to exploit your employees, don't try to deceive your employees, pay them with fair remunerations. Okay, so that ethical practices can be seen in the organization. So that is what ethical practices in the organization. So how to solve ethical problems actually? To solve any problem ethically, to solve any problem between employee and employee, or employer and employee, there should be an ethical committee of senior managers must be constituted to tackle these kind of dilemmas. Okay, managers and employees may seek advice from the committee of the situation so warrants. And after that, what you call an ethical checklist or code of conduct also may be developed, so that all the unwanted problems may be detached from the organization. proper training and development programs also should contain topics related to ethical issues and code of ethics. So that helps them to avoid of creating any problems in the organizational environment. So those are the ethical issues. Those are the ethical practices to be followed in the in the organizational scenario. So coming to the agricultural agribusiness policies, coming to the agribusiness policies, let me define you firstly about agriculture and agribusiness, and after that, what are the agribusiness policies are available, and appreciate the difference between agricultural policy. Uh, Let me define you the backward linkages and backward linkages in the agricultural production. See, agricultural inputs, agricultural labor, agricultural credits, retail chains, agricultural processing, agricultural marketing, agricultural imports, even traditional farming also may fall under green revolution. I think yesterday in our subject in the fundamentals of marketing, we have gone through the contract farming, all other areas. So agriculture in India has a long history actually, but it mentioned largely traditional till the time of independence. Till the time of independence. But the population pressure and the desire to attain self-sufficiency have seen the country pass through green, white, blue, and brown revolutions. And many modern agricultural inputs are also being used by the farmers. So, production and supply of new agricultural inputs and processing of agricultural products produced for value addition required the development of agribusiness in the country on a very large scale. Okay, so initially what happens here is domestic agri-business firms received the support of the union and state governments, but many traditional companies have entered the scene after the advent of the era of liberalization policies. Initially the government emphasized more on the regulation of the agricultural markets, but have shifted to stands more toward promoting competition. So it was expected that the agribusiness sector would develop by leaps and bounds, but the actual growth has been much slower than whatever the anticipations have been done. So now let us talk about marketing and pricing policies. Yeah, role of agricultural policies in the Indian economy. See, agricultural prices in India has three major roles to perform in the country as country. See, to have a bearing on the allocation of resources between sectors and commodities within the agricultural sector, and moreover to impact the income distribution between the agricultural producers and other sections of rural and urban people, to influence the rapid formation in the agricultural sector in the other sectors of the economy, and even in the resource allocation also it is there, income distribution, capital formation. Okay, and role of agricultural marketing. See, so market manipulations should be reduced, and moreover, inefficiencies in the markets also should be reduced. And focus on competition. Give you synopsis here. Okay, so agricultural prices also acts as a signal that talks us about the demand supply imbalances for agricultural products in the country. So, though they influence the allocation of resources like land, labor, and capital among different crops, so they also impact the income distribution between agricultural producers and consumers. So, they also have a bearing on the decisions of the farmers to make capital investments in the farm's activities. So, when the agricultural marketing system was only rudimentary, farmers carried out the subsistence levels of agriculture. So, with the development of agricultural markets and transportation and storage facilities in India, farmers has started producing for markets. So, but often they are subjected to exploitation due to the economic power of traders and their manipulating capacity. So always this is happening from years and years ago. Even the minimum support price policy persuaded by the government also has helped the farmers to produce more without fear of a crush in the market price. So the procurement operations of the Food Corporation of India and the state civil supply corporations help maintain the market prices above the minimum support prices. So they are also helping in maintaining the buffer stocks and in supplying the essential commodities to the elaborate public distribution system, PDS. It is stands for PDS, public distribution system. Like in your examination you may expect this kind of question also. Public distribution system, what is the role of public distribution system? Built throughout the length and breadth of the country. So the government schemes like Antyodaya, Atma Yojana, Annapurna, etc., are helping the poor to help economic access to food. Even the government is moving towards ensuring food security to all the poor at affordable prices. To achieve this particular goal, agricultural production needs to be increased by providing remunerative process to the farmers through marketing reforms and by increasing competition. So the transport, storage, and processing infrastructures have to be strengthened here. So Promoting contract farming would help us providing assured prices to the farmers. So a package of package of price and marketing policies had to be put in place to increase food production and in making it accessible to all the poor. So those are the points which gives you clarity about how agricultural agribusiness system is going on in our country. And if the price of wheat is low, for example, if the price of wheat is low, farmers will have less income and they'll not have enough resources to invest in capital items needed for farm development. The farmers are expected to allocate less area for less area because minimum support price is not increased. So MSPs, minimum support prices, anticipated support prices, ASPs, minimum support prices, MSPs. Okay, so they may increase the area allocation to rapid mustard as its minimum support is increased. So like this, the government also has to support the farmers. The government also, of course, the government is supporting. The present government is offering different varieties of schemes for farmers, and even the government is also supporting the poor farmers or the people who don't have what you call maximum amount of land for cultivation. They are also getting financial backup from the state and central governments. Okay. But finally, what I am to say here is agribusiness is one of the booming sectors in the country. So, if any one of you wants to set up your own uh, agribusiness units, it is going to be more profitable in the future days. And of course, agricultures are also becoming commercialized. So government, state government, and central governments are strengthening every time the agricultural sector, and the entrepreneurs who started their units on agri businesses. So agribusiness is one of the booming segments. So that's all about our today's class regarding agribusiness. And I'll meet you in the next class. I think that has been scheduled on 13th or 14th, I think. So but today, as I mentioned you in the last class also, see, it is not possible to give you the overall explanation regarding every topic in just 2 hours. It is not possible. So I have given you the required synopsis, which helps you out to write your examinations very well. So that's all for today's class. I'm going to meet you in the next coming class on 13th or 14th, I think. So, as per the schedule on which date the class is been allocated, so on that day, I'm going to be available with you between 11 to 1 p.m. So, that's what this is our today's class regarding agribusiness. So, thank you all of you. Thanks for your patience listening.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for your patience listening,
Thank you,
and
sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.
have a great day. Have a great Sunday. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Bye.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
Thank you.
for stuff. Thank you, sir.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.